The Morgan Report with David Morgan.
David Morgan with you with the weekly perspective for the week of 6 September 2019. Well, I'm going to start with the stock market like I usually do. And everyone probably knows that the stock indexes broke out of the August trading range and they broke out to the upside. And when that was happening, gold got whacked down pretty good. I'll come back to the precious metals later in this update. The financials and tech sectors are leading the charge, and rising bond yields, which means lower bond prices, are boosting the bank stocks and the financials. As far as the tech sector is concerned, actually the semiconductors are leading that higher. So that's the stock market update. First article up, Nessman. It's called How the Next Global Financial Collapse Will Unfold. Basically, he's talking about Italy here. He says that Italy's government owes its creditors more than $2.5 trillion. That amounts to 133% of Italy's GDP, the fourth highest in the world. And the U.S. isn't a whole lot better off than that. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I think you can read it yourself. But I did want to stop at the lessons learned section right here. Number one, politicians lie. I'm pretty neutral on politics. Anyone that knows me knows that I don't like politics, but it's part of our lives that we can't escape. Nonetheless, it doesn't matter if you're L or R or D or R or whatever. It's a fact. Politicians lie. The SWIFT win the race. Depositors. Let's talk about what happened with Cyprus and how these people that have money in the bank really got hosed. The SWIFT win the race. Depositors who got their uninsured funds out of Cyprus banks before the bailout got to keep 100% of their capital. Those who delayed faceless losses up to 100%. Cash is king, and this is interesting for those with, let's say, bent toward reality and thinking that these things just can't happen here, won't happen here, etc. Anyone with euros in cash is far better off with euros in a bank account. So think about that for a moment or two. And this is a three-part series, so there will be more here on this article. But I think it was very good to review some of these things about the financial crisis, and it's far from over. You don't have to buy into all of this, but you can take away from it is these problems are yet to be resolved. So I want to take a little break here and show you this Anarchadelphia, which was coming up in 6 days. I'm one of the sponsors for this event. I will not be attending. I'm not speaking. I won't even be there. But I do get 3 tickets as being a sponsor. So anyone that is in the Philadelphia area or New York or nearby that wants to attend and wants a free ticket, I have 3 of them to give away. First come, first serve. So all you need to do is contact support at themorganreport.com. That's support at themorganreport.com. And just in the subject line, type in Philadelphia or Anarchadelphia or Delphia or something close to that. Give me your name, your email, probably a phone, but at least your name and your email. So that you can be identified at the door and receive this free ticket from me to you, no cost, no charge, first come, first serve. So there's that little intermission. I'm going to read some headlines because I want to talk about the metals markets here. Australian economic growth is the worst it's been in 10 years. The Dubai housing market is the lowest it's been since 2008. Electric vehicle sales declined in July. That's a 1 month thing. We can't draw too much of a conclusion from that. Alan Greenspan says it's only a matter of time before negative interest rates spread to the United States. I'm not sure I agree with the maestro, but we'll see. I wouldn't rule it out, that's for sure. How the economic future of a negative interest rate world will fare as a headline, and basically the article says not well, as you already know. And next headline, India's auto sector comes to a screeching halt. I think that's about it for the headlines, so let me change screens here and move into the gold and silver markets. I'm not paid by Kitco, but just so I'll make that clear. Just using our website, it's easy to navigate, and most people are familiar with it. It's probably the most used website for gold prices, metals prices in the world. So the market's still open. It's Friday. There's about 2.5 hours left. Right now, gold's off $10, silver's off 50 cents. And what I want to show you real briefly, and you already know this, but I'm just going to go over it here slightly, is what gold did here recently. So we went from the breakout of 1350, I went all the way up to 1550 a couple days ago. Then we had a huge sell-off yesterday, and it's falling through as I speak. Whether or not it closes down 10 or not remains to be determined. See, there's some support here at 1500. Will it hold or not? Again, remains to be determined. But I think we're in a correction. And actually, believe it or not, it's healthy for all markets that kind of get too advanced or accelerate too fast to ebb and flow, back and forth, move up and down. And I think this correction is not going to be a huge one. In other words, if you use the Fibonacci numbers, and I'm not trying to talk over anyone's head, and I know all the people that never study technical analysis have a lot to say about it, and the people that have know that it does have some merit. I certainly am not married to it, but it does have merit. So you would go with 33%, 50%, or golden mean 68 or 66% retracement from the move, and the move is a $200 move. So you can say as a 50% retracement, you'd lose $100 off of that move, which would be from 1550 to 1450 in US dollar terms. That's about the worst I think will happen, but again, the market knows more than anyone. So if you want to know what I think, that's it. Silver, similar. I did say that I thought silver would have to breach the 1850 level two or three more times before we get the breakout that's similar to what we saw in gold. And right now, it's underneath the 1850 level. And this is not surprising to me. How much further down it'll go, again, remains to be determined. I think you'll get a 17 handle on silver pretty easily. Not that I want it, just that silver is more volatile than gold. So the big picture is that the markets are shifting rather significantly, which means equities overall will start coming down sooner or later. I know I just announced that they're breaking out of the August area of resistance. However, longer term, I think there's big problems in both the equity market and in the debt markets, the bond markets. And a lot of that money will be shifting into the precious metals. And it's already begun. What's interesting is it's begun on the institutional level and not on the retail level. There's not that many new buyers in the gold and silver market. It's mostly, again, institutions that are doing it. Yes, there are some. A lot of the buying is going to happen, and it's probably going to happen at higher prices. I don't like saying this, but it's a fact that people love to buy higher priced metals, and they're very low. Seems there's no interest in the market whatsoever. But that's true of a lot of markets as well. Housing market's a good example. A lot of people that want to flip houses do it right at the last year or last 2 years before the market corrects. So that's it for this week. Remember the offer on the Anarchadelphia. If you're a real go-getter, I do get a table there. And if you wanted to help me out and just drop by the table and kind of man it or woman it from time to time, just drop me that in the email. Maybe I can make an arrangement with you to, provide some remuneration for doing that. But I don't really need it. I think just I could forego the table and just hopefully send three of you. If there are, someone that's one of you have, it's you, your girlfriend, and another person or something, you want all three tickets, that's fine. That's fine. Just let me know. Like I said, first three. So first come, first serve. Is just one person and they want to take two people with them, that's great. If it's three individuals, that's great. Just let me know. It's about a week away, a little less than that, and I'm happy to make this offer to everybody that listens to this channel. And if you do spread the word on my channel, I would appreciate it. I don't ask for that very often, but it does help. I've been one of the one of the more liberty, freedom-minded people on this side of the precious metals that you probably ever will run into. And I'm very much a fond of Mark Passio, which will be one of the speakers at this Anarchadelphia, and also Max Egan. I consider Max a friend at this point, although I haven't spent a lot of time with him. I have spent some time with him and do talk to him from time to time using Skype. Anyway, that's enough for me. Remember, nothing more powerful than the truth. If we live in truth, we have a great life. Can we do it as humans? No, we can't. Can we strive to do it as humans? Yes, we can. And it's always best to be the change you want to see. If you want more joy, be more joyful. If you want more friends, be more friendly. If you want more peace in the world, be more peaceful. And remember, cut your other humans some slack. A lot of them are doing the best they can. And these days, that's not much in some cases. But nonetheless, I will sign off. I'll be back with you next week. Until then, make a great weekend. Hello, I'm David Morgan, publisher of The Morgan Report, and as some of you may already know, The Morgan Report is about money, metals, and mining. In fact, we cover all resources, from rare earth elements to precious metals. I've been publishing on the internet for about 20 years. My primary passion is to help people build and preserve their wealth. I love to make people millionaires. I've helped thousands of people via our research in the Morgan Report, which has thousands of paid members and 10 times that amount on our free weekly updates. Here's what you'll receive from our free newsletter: to-the-point webinars, weekly analysis of the financial markets, interviews and our conference schedule, special reports such as riches and resources, and various metals price forecasts. Our paid service client base is primarily small to medium-sized business owners, professionals in the industry, or the seasoned investor who understands markets and the value of precious metals. My area of expertise includes equity analysis throughout the resource sector, energy metals, base metals. We cover startups to billion-dollar corporations. We focus on a special sector that makes money regardless of price oscillations, and the importance of precious metals due to the ongoing currency devaluations. Our team of 3 analysts and support staff can help you build and protect your wealth. It's important for you to know what other people have said. We're passionate about what we do. High integrity and trust. Tell the truth and own it. If we're wrong, we admit it. Take a long-term outlook with major assets, and bet a little to win a lot with speculative situations. If you choose to become a client, you will gain financial insights very few, even professionals, recognize. You'll understand the importance of honesty in our financial system. You'll understand how the money system influences almost everything in your life. You'll be prepared for the ongoing currency crisis. And finally, I've chosen to make my life's mission greater than the individual, which means my mission statement is to teach and empower people to understand the benefits of an honest monetary and financial system. It's been a great journey so far, and the best gains in this sector lie ahead over the next 3 to 5 years. I'm fortunate to have earned the status of being a leading authority in my field in helping others protect their wealth. You can email me at support@themorganreport.com or call my office at 480-325-0230.